Hello, tiny humans, or maybe today I should say aloha, because today's episode is dedicated to the great state of Hawaii. Here are some facts about Hawaii that you might not have known. Hawaii is actually an archipelago. That means it's a chain of close together islands. Hawaii is made up of 7 islands in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. Hawaii is home to many exotic plants and flowers. In fact, Hawaii is the only U.S. state that can grow coffee. The Hawaiian state bird is the nene, which is a variety of Hawaiian goose. The sport of surfing was invented in Hawaii. Coral reefs surround the Hawaiian Islands, and they're home to many fish that cannot be found anywhere else in the world. One of those fish is the Hawaiian state fish that has a very fun name to say. It's called the reef triggerfish, or it's also known as the Huma Huma Nuka Nuku Apua'a, which means in Hawaiian, triggerfish with a snout like a pig. In Hawaii, there's something called a lei. It's a string of flowers or nuts or shells or berries and leaves that are closed together like a wreath or a necklace. Giving a person a lei is a common symbol of love, friendship, celebration, honor, or greeting. These are leis. I actually got these from some fans of mine when I was doing shows in Honolulu, which is on the island of Oahu in Hawaii. It was so cool to be able to meet them, and when they gave me these leis, I was so happy, and they smelled so good too. Some of these are made of shells, and others are made of kukui nuts, and some of them are made of shells, kukui nuts, and flowers. It's amazing to see how simple or how detailed leis can be. I had an amazing time in Hawaii, and it reminded me of a book that I used to read when I was a little kid. But before we get into that, let's dedicate this episode to some amazing classrooms in the state of Hawaii. Hello to Mrs. Thomas's first grade class at Iroquois Point Elementary on Iwa Beach in Oahu, Hawaii. Miss Lehman's 3rd through 5th grade students at Barbers Point Elementary in Kapolei, Hawaii. Mrs. Wolf's kindergarten class at Mokapu Elementary in Kailua, Hawaii. Your teachers and your parents might be excited for this book today because it's a classic. The book that I chose for you today is one of my favorites. It's The Rainbow Fish by Marcus Pfister. Let's get into it, shall we? A long way out in the deep blue sea, there lived a fish. Not just an ordinary fish, but the most beautiful fish in the entire ocean. His scales were every shade of blue and green and purple, with sparkling silver scales among them. The other fish were amazed at his beauty. They called him Rainbow Fish. "Come on, Rainbow Fish," they would call. "Come and play with us." But the Rainbow Fish would just glide past them, proud and silent, letting his scales shimmer. One day, a little blue fish followed after him. "Rainbow Fish," he called, "wait for me. Please give me one of your shiny scales. They're so wonderful, and you have so many." "You want me to give you one of my special scales? Who do you think you are?" cried Rainbow Fish. "Get away from me." Shocked, the little blue fish swam away. He was so upset. He told all of his friends what happened. From then on, no one would have anything to do with the Rainbow Fish. They turned away when he swam by. What good were the dazzling, shimmery scales with no one to admire them? Now he was the loneliest fish in the entire ocean. One day, he poured out all his troubles to the starfish. "I really am beautiful. Why doesn't anybody like me?" "Oh, I can't answer that for you," said the starfish. "But if you go beyond the coral reef to the deep cave, you'll find a wise octopus. Maybe she can help you." The rainbow fish found the cave. It was very dark inside, and he couldn't see anything. Then suddenly, 2 eyes caught him in their glare, and the octopus emerged from the darkness. "I've been waiting for you," said the octopus with a deep voice. The waves have told me your story. This is my advice. Give a glittering scale to each of the other fish. You will no longer be the most beautiful fish in the sea, but you will discover how to be happy. I can't, the rainbow fish started to say, but the octopus had already disappeared into a dark cloud of ink. Give my scales away? My beautiful shining scales? Never. How could I ever be happy without them? Suddenly, he felt a light touch of a fin. The little blue fish was back. Rainbow fish, please don't be angry. I just want one little scale. The rainbow fish wavered. Only one very, very, very small shimmery scale, he thought. Well, maybe I wouldn't mind just one. Carefully, the rainbow fish pulled out the smallest scale and gave it to the little fish. Thank you! Thank you so very much! The little blue fish bubbled playfully as he tucked the shiny scale in among his blue ones. A rather peculiar feeling came over the rainbow fish. For a long time, he watched the little blue fish swim back and forth with his new scale glittering in the water. The little blue fish whizzed through the ocean with his scale flashing, so it didn't take long before the rainbow fish was surrounded by other fish. Everyone wanted a glittering scale. The rainbow fish shared his scales left and right, and the more he gave away, the more delighted he became. When the water around him filled with glimmering scales, he at last felt at home among the other fish. Finally, the rainbow fish had only one shining scale left. His most prized possessions had been given away, yet he was very happy. Come on, rainbow fish, they called. Come on and play with us. Here I come, said the rainbow fish, and as happy as a splash, he swam off to join his friends. I love that book. It reminds me that when you have something great, it often feels better if you share it with the people around you. I can't wait to read you guys another book. So make sure that you, a teacher or an adult, subscribe to the page and like this video. And we'll be back next week with another episode of Read with me, Mr. D. Bye, guys.